Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Hope everyone's okay. Hope for those of you in the UK, I hope you're having a lovely Platinum Jubilee weekend, a long weekend. It's Sunday today, so it's the last day of the Jubilee weekend, celebrating 70 years of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's reign on the throne. Unfortunately, it's rained all night long here where I am in southeast Buckinghamshire, and it's really gloomy today, so it's one of those days where I'm not feeling 100%, and it's kind of what I would class as a duvet day, really. We don't really feel like, we've done quite a bit, we don't feel like doing much today. So I was watching Natasha on Treasure Books on YouTube, and she was giving some ideas on using a washi. If you're like me, you know, I've got quite a stash of different washes in this biscuit tin here, and I thought maybe I'd just use some up. And one of the ideas of hers I really liked were these paper clips, so I've made one here to show you as an example, and I thought this one would go very well in my half spine journal that I've been making, that we are now at the stage of decorating the front. That will be the next video. So I thought this sort of thing, it's a nice embellishment to a page, and those colours go very nicely, I think. So it's just a little embellishment for a page that can be moved around, and you know, you can always put something on the back of there. So if you wanted to, I don't know, let's take a scrap of this eyelash trim. So if you wanted to, you could maybe on the back here, you could put something else. You could dangle a charm. You could put this eyelash trim on, which is very difficult to maneuver at times because there's so many threads on it, you don't know which one you're tying. Just say, for instance, little embellishment like that would be nice. So I'm going to make another one for this little journal, and then make some other random ones. So I made that one with 4 pieces of washi and made it into banner shape. So if you had wide washi like this one, and say you had this size paper clip, that would be perfect. So what we could do is we could make one with this. So we will, oh, I've come to the end of it, would you believe it? Oh, what a shame, I really like that. So that would have to be glued in order to use that now, but we can still use it. Let's try. Waste not, want not. I'm going to make a piece like that, and I'm going to pop that on my desk, and I'm going to stick one down the centre of it for a bit of interest. So let's have a look, which one shall I use? I want quite a thin one. That's quite pretty. Well, this is quite pretty. This has got stags on it. That would be quite nice. The only thing is that would have to be halfway down in order, because if that was at the front, it would have to be halfway down. Okay, let's try that and see how we get on. I'm just going to stick that halfway down the centre of that one. Just trim that down like so. Okay, and then I'll use my glue stick. So I'm going to have to glue it first before I thread it through the paper clip, I think. So I'm only gluing this one because it's at the end of the roll, so I want my paper clip. So if, say, this was my journal page, I want my paper clip. Which way round do I want it? I wanted the long side there, so I want to thread it through there. So I've got to lift that bar there. This is where it gets tricky, and I've got to thread that through, okay, like so, and then I'm going to fold it back on itself. Okay, so is that going to work with that stag on, do you think? Because we're going to have to cut it. Okay, let's try just doing that halfway, because I'm aware that I don't want to chop his head off, his antlers, you know, lovely antlers, and I don't want to chop his legs off. So let's glue that. Let's just trim that edge, glue that piece down, because that might not stay. So that's over there like that, and then I just want to tidy up the bottom, and I thought we could have it either as a banner going from the open side in, or having it as a pointy banner, like so. I think in this instance I prefer that one, like so. And there we have him. So let's bring our journal back, and as I say, this is a 3 signature journal, so he can go anywhere really. Let's have a look, see where we'd like to put him. He could go here, like so. It'd be a nice little addition to our page, like that. Oops. Like that. And that bottom bit is a little bit sticky, but I don't think that's going to matter too much, because it's going to dry out anyway. Okay, so that's one there, and there's the first one I made here, like so. Okay, right, let's make a couple of others now and not worry about where we're going to go. We don't need that, hopefully. Right, so now with the bigger ones, it depends if you've got some really wide washi, like I've got this wide washi, which is sort of advertisements, which I've already peeled some of it off. When I was using it for something else. We could have one made out of that, so let's try that. So I'm going to cut 4 advertisement with, well, it's these 4 or 5 on there, but it won't all be at the front. So I'm just going to lift this bar up here. Make sure you've got it round the way you want it. So again, I'm just going to check on this old bit of card. So I want it like that. So basically you want that bit there at the bottom. So you're lifting that small bar up there, which is a bit tricky, and you're taking your washi here like so. And oh gosh, this is quite tough, and I'm worried that my nail is going to get damaged because I've got very brittle nails. Okay, so I'm pulling it down, so I'm going to pull it down and fold it back on itself. Okay, so I'm kind of wanting, so that's okay. Folding it on itself and trying to make sure that it is more or less edge to edge as best as possible. So put it on a flat surface and do that. That's fine. And then we're just going to trim the bottom off. And with this one, a nice idea might be to use your pinking shears maybe and just cut along the bottom there and have a design like that. So this would then go onto your page like this. Okay, I'm not sure that the paperclip colour is really the right colour, but I mean, if you do have anything overlapping like that tiny shred there on the side, that slither, just cut it off and it'd be fine. I think, you know, that's neutral and that's blue, so that's okay. I think but that's 2 we've made. Okay, so these are white ones, so let's see, what do we got for these? I don't have a lot of really wide washes. Mine are the usual sort of width, so perhaps that's something I need to look at. So, you know, this would be quite nice, and we could make one that has 2 or 3 pieces on it, but they're actually the same. So we'll just use this one and we'll cut a piece off here. So again, I need to make sure that that's round that way, so I've got the long bar at the bottom and I'm just lifting that up, and I want this down this end, this piece, so I'm threading that through like so. If you have trouble, just stick it to the bar of the paper clip, because that will work. Keep it in place while you pull it through. So I'm just going to lay that down there like so, because it's easier to fold it on itself if you're using more than one piece. And I'm just going to line that up and stick that down. Okay, so that's one. And we'll use I think I'm going to stick with the same piece, the same washi. I just want to try this out. It's an experiment. I think probably 2 pieces is enough, so I'm going to maneuver that through. It says my left thumb doesn't want to work properly these days, so it is making my job here a bit more difficult. I'm just sticking that to the bar while I pull it through like so. And I'm going to lay it down here, and I need to pull that through a little bit more. So okay, I didn't like the way that stuck, so it's better if you can lay it flat. It is like wrestling with an octopus, a sticky one. Okay, so we've got those 2 like that. Now we could have one through the middle, a sort of corresponding one. Let's have a look. What have we got? That's quite pretty. This one's very pretty. I do like this one. So is that the one I've just used? No wonder I like it. Have I got anything else that I would put down the middle? Now I've got this one, but this is very faint, so I'm not inclined to use that one. Let's have a look. Got that one. What else have we got? Let's have a quick rummage. Got that lavender one. It's quite nice. I've got that green one. Let's check I haven't got anything else I would prefer to use. Rummage. No, I don't think so, because some of them are directional, so that's another thing to think about, really. So I think I'm going to, which one do I prefer? That one, or one of these. So that's quite a pretty one. Let's use that one. Okay, let's see what happens. How do we get this undone? Now I've come to the end of another one. Isn't that funny? Talk about, just going to straighten that in. Talk about hoarding them, and then when you go to use them for a specific thing, they run out. So this one, I'm going to try and get, this is going to be very difficult, to pull it up with those fingers. I think that might help. Get that through there, and I want it kind of in the middle. And I'm not going to stick that down yet, so what I want to do now is I want to make these into banners. So I'm just going to cut that excess piece off there, gently fold that over, and from the open folded side I'm going to make a banner shape like so, and then I'm going to do the same this one. Cut the excess off, fold it so that I am cutting from this open fold here, there, and you're just cutting off a little triangle. So we've got those two like that, and then this one is going to go down the middle and let's lay it down. So I want to pull it down a tiny bit more, like so. Move it across a bit. Patience is a virtue, they say. And then I'm going to fold that over like so. So you've got, and then I crease it under there once I'm happy with it. Okay, so you've got that design. So we want to make this one into a banner shape. So I'm literally folding that gently, and from the open side like so, which is not as easy as it looks, or easier maybe than it looks. I'm going to do a banner shape. So I've got this pretty little shape like that, which I like. That's a pretty one. Okay, so okay, I think the next one I'll make a map one. I've got some map washi here, so I think these two go together. I guess we could have a threesome. So let's put one on first. And you can, you know, then go on and stick other things on the top. So, you know, I could stick a word across there, which would be quite nice. Because again, I want the long bar to be that side round. Yeah, but actually once you turn it over, it doesn't matter which side it's on. So that one, if I was to demonstrate on, I don't know, let's find, where did I put my mock piece of card? Here's another piece here. So I could have it on the page this side round, like that. So it would look very nice on there. And then you could put a little sentiment on there. Okay, so this one, we are going to make sure it's the right way. And I want it that way round. I think that's the trickiest bit for me, is making sure it's round the right way. I mean, you can use scrap paper to make these. I've made a few on camera before. You know, it's not a completely new idea. But what it is using your washi. It's just showing you that you can use your washi for other things other than just, you know, sticking a bit down on a collage or on a page. Okay, I need to just pull that bit up. Some of it is stickier than others. If I can't pull it up, then I won't bother. I just want to lay that down and make sure that's edge to edge. Pull it along a little bit. It's quite versatile, so that's that one. And then we're going to have the darker one in the middle, I think. And I think I'll have a short one in the middle this time. So I just want to make sure the words are the right way. Yep, that one's very hard to read. It's in old sort of script. Okay, so again I am folding that one onto itself like so, and then smooth them along a tiny bit to make room for this one. And this is easier to read, so it's up that way, I think. Gosh, it's hard to say. I'm trying to find an identifiable word. Gosh, I can't see this very well. The words are not really, I suppose, meant to be read on washi, maybe. Let's see, is there anything further up? Well, I think it's probably this way up, because that's the way it comes off the reel. So this last bit is always a bit easier, because it's at the end and you haven't got that bar above it. So I'm going to move that into position and fold that down. Okay, so I'll just get them into the position I want before I crease all along the bar, just underneath that bar there, like so. Okay, so we want just to trim that one a tiny bit because it's only got one side, and then again pinch, don't crease, and then just make your banner. Now you can have it as deep or as long as you want. Okay, so this one is going to be a bit shorter, and that one from the open side in, like so, and then the middle one is going to be sticks to your scissors as well, so I just want to make sure that's straight before I cut, and I want to cut that one a bit deeper, I think. Let's get rid of those bits because they're sticking everywhere. So now we have a map one there, like so. So that one is going to go on our page, and it's going to go, take that one off, and it's going to go this way round. And they're only sticking up a bit because I slightly creased them to cut them, but I find that the easiest way. But that's another one, and that we'll make the last one, and we'll just use one piece for this one. And I quite like this dark, again it's not quite wide enough, so I've got two here, but they are different colours. So we think, shall I put that on the back of, so that would look quite nice over the top of that one. But again, that's green, so I'd rather go with something that's got a green tinge to it, really. So let's have a look. What can we use? So that's a nice one. I just want a wider green one now, if I can find one. Okay, so that's nice, that one. Okay, let's use some of this one. And I want to go that way on, and I want that long bar at the bottom. And this is the tricky bit, is trying to thread it through, especially when it wants to twist. So I've got it through, I've stuck it to the bar just so I can maneuver it. Okay, so right. Oh, it's very sticky. It's not easy. I'm not finding this easy at all. Oh dear. Okay, try not to have too much waste at the bottom this time. So okay, lay it flat because this, oh my goodness. Right, okay, right, I've pulled on that far too hard and torn it, so let's get another bit. So it's delicate, so you don't want to pull on it too hard like I just did. So this is the way, bottom there. I want it on that way round. Okay. Just take a few seconds to make sure it's the right way round, that you know, the way you want it. Okay, let's try again. So we'll get it on. We'll hold two ends. And we're going to lie it down. And then there, managed it. Okay, so as you can see, that if I put that, say I put it on, I know I haven't cut it or anything, say I put it on like that, that would be just one piece on its own. It'd be nice to have a bit of interest, so we'll move it along there. We'll put this nice lovely green next to it. And let's see, I don't know whether I want it shorter or longer. So this is a bit easier because you haven't got that bar at the top. So, okay, holding it down, move the paperclip up rather than move the washi. I think that's probably easiest. And then that's it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to fold it, but this time I'm going to cut it from the folded side, like so. And I'm not quite happy with that. I just want to relay that, move it over just a tad. Okay, that's better. I'll make a bit of a V for that one, different V, so it's slightly different. Let's do the same with that one. Let's make that deeper. That's better. Right. So there again. Put it on your page, and there you have it. So, you know, they're easy to make. They're quick to make. There's no real gluing involved, and they're just nice little additions. And then, you know, I dare say if you really wanted to, you could actually add a piece onto this piece here, so that you've got some interest on the back. So let's do that. Let's find a different green, a narrow one, and let's have a go at that. I just came up with that idea. Maybe it's been done, I'm sure it has, but it just came to me that I could actually, now I've got to, without ruining what I've already done, I've got to try and press this up so I can get this through here. I just stick it to the bar for a minute, then I need to get it actually back through this side. So, oh, Susan, what are you doing? You're making life very difficult for yourself. So I've got it underneath the bar like so. Can you see that there? And then I'm just going to thread that one back through there like that. I don't know if you can see that or not. It will stick for a little bit, but don't worry, because you can just pull it apart, and then you want it on that end of that bar there, and then let's hold it open and just relay that one down. So I'm pulling the bottom one out with my finger of my other hand there, like so. So I've creased that one, I've creased that one so that they stay, and now I need to just make sure I crease this one very much tight as I can, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do a different point on it. I'm going to just do a nice point like that on the back. So I've creased it there, creased the front. So when we put that one on its page here, we've got it on that page. So say this is the page, okay, got it there. Okay, when you turn it over, you've got it there as well on the back. You could even put a little word along there, something to embellish it with. We could do that, do one anyway. Okay, so let's take this one, which is an unusual one, and we want it that way. I want it that way round for what I want. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a word out, and I'm going to cut one of these My Porsche Prints little phrases and say, I like that one that says Lazy Daisy, because I think the flowers on this washi tape are daisy-like. I'm going to take that. I haven't fussy cut these out. I am intending to. Excuse me. I just haven't got round to it, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to pop that across there like that. I'm going to pop it onto something. I'm just going to show you how versatile these can be. So I've got some scraps of lace here. So I could put that on there like that. That's supposed to be up that way, and I like it to be that way round. So let's choose a different piece of lace. So just looking for the back and the front. I don't think there is on this particular one. Just say we put that there, just put that on the top, like so. So let's cut that. The eyelash trim gets everywhere once you cut it. Okay, so I want it there and there. So I'm going to use a tiny bit of Beacon 3-in-1, and just going to put 3 lines, and then we will add a bit more if we need it. So it's going across there like that. It's just a little, and then I will ink round that with my vintage photo dobber to make it show up a bit more, emphasize it a bit more. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this on here because it's card going on to lace and it adheres better. And then I'm going to highball the center and pop that there, and there you have an embellished one, an embellished washi banner. Now I think that looks very pretty myself. So let's see. I don't think we'll put a word on any of the others. I think we'll leave it at that, because obviously, you know, it's probably, hopefully not an hour long, this. Keep that. Okay, so I'm just going to recap on these. Here they are. So this one, I've probably put something on here, I think. Maybe, maybe a little picture. I have got some small little inches, I think they are. So we could put something on, which would cover up the, I was thinking of put it in the centre really. Let me see what I think would be the most appropriate. Okay, see what this looks like. I'm not going to stick it down if I'm not totally sure. And these inches are from, I think these are from either, are they from My Porsche Prints, or either My Porsche Prints, or they're from Shabby Dabby Doodah, or they could be Junk with Steph. I'm not sure, because I kind of get those 4 places I tend to buy my little ephemera from. Either Tracy Fox or Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, or that's, I think that's quite nice to have that there like that. And let's see if we've got any of the tiny scrap of webbing or something, would give it a nice bit of interest, I think, or a tiny snippet of something. So let's have a look in my, quickly look in my snippet jar, because I'm bound to have a tiny snippet of something. Everything gets stuck together in here. Don't want to labour this. I think the small pieces of webbing I tend to use up quickly. I should just have a look on my shelf, because I have got a pot that I sometimes pop them into. Which is not a good habit really, because you end up having bits everywhere. And I have found a piece, you see, so worth the wait, I guess. And that's attracted some cotton, so we could have a piece there like that. So we'll cut that down. That can go in the snippet jar. And I'm just going to chop into that side of it a bit. And we can have it like that, you see. We don't need that. So I'm going to stick that on. And I'm just showing you what you can actually do. So I'm just going to put a tiny line up there, because this will keep it down once I stick this on. I quite enjoyed making these. I'm using up some of my washi, and it just shows you some of it has already gone now. So perhaps I need to look at buying some more washi, who knows. not yet actually. Got an expensive month this month. We've got Rachel's birthday, my youngest daughter, on the 18th. We've just had, well, we've just bought and given Arthur his presents for his 10th, my youngest grandson, and I'm just going to roll them around a bit to flatten them. So, a bit of elastic there. Okay, let's put the lid on here and I'll say goodbye for this episode. Okay, so here we have 5 banners made out of washi tape, including, I should maybe take this one back out of this book and add to the mix. So that one has got that on the back, but now I've worked that out, I might actually take that off and put another piece on the back there. So we've got 6 washi tape banners, 2 of which I've embellished just to show you what you can do with them. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Take care everyone. Bye bye.